Kyrie Irving suspended at least 5 games by Nets. Apologizes. New York, the Brooklyn Nets suspended Kyrie Irving for at least 5 games without pay Thursday, dismayed by his repeated failure to unequivocally say he has no anti-Semitic beliefs, with Irving later issuing an apology for his social media post last week about a book and movie that feature anti-Semitic tropes. Irving had refused to apologize during a post-practice media session earlier Thursday, and the Nets subsequently said Irving is currently unfit to be associated with the Brooklyn Nets. "We were dismayed today, when given an opportunity in a media session, that Kyrie refused to unequivocally say he has no anti-Semitic beliefs, nor acknowledge specific hateful material in the film. This was not the first time he had the opportunity, but failed to clarify," the Nets said in a statement. "Such failure to disavow anti-Semitism when given a clear opportunity to do so is deeply disturbing, is against the values of our organization, and constitutes conduct detrimental to the team. Accordingly, we are of the view that he is currently unfit to be associated with the Brooklyn Nets." About 4 hours after the Nets announced his suspension, Irving issued an apology, which many, including NBA Commissioner Adam Silver, had wanted sooner. In an Instagram post, Irving wrote, "To all Jewish families and communities that are hurt and affected from my post, I am deeply sorry to have caused you pain, and I apologize. I initially reacted out of emotion to being unjustly labeled anti-Semitic, instead of focusing on the healing process of my Jewish brothers and sisters that were hurt from the hateful remarks made in the documentary. I want to clarify any confusion on where I stand fighting against anti-Semitism by apologizing for posting the documentary without context and a factual explanation outlining the specific beliefs in the documentary I agreed with and disagreed with. I had no intentions to disrespect any Jewish cultural history regarding the Holocaust or perpetuate any hate. I am learning from this unfortunate event and hope we can find understanding between us all." Irving also wrote that the movie contained some false anti-Semitic statements, narratives, and language that were untrue and offensive to the Jewish race, religion, and I take full accountability and responsibly for my actions. The Nets said in announcing Irving's suspension that they made multiple attempts in recent days to help Irving understand the harm and danger of his words and actions, but it was clear during the point guard's interview after practice earlier Thursday that little had changed. Irving again refused to apologize, saying only that he meant no harm. He said some things in Hebrews to Negroes, "Wake up Black America," were untrue, but he didn't say he should have posted a link to it. "I am not the one who made the documentary," Irving said. He was later asked whether he had anti-Semitic beliefs, and he didn't say no. "I cannot be anti-Semitic if I know where I come from," Irving said. Anti-Defamation League CEO Jonathan Greenblatt reacted to a video of Irving's response to that question on Twitter by writing, "The answer to the question, do you have any anti-Semitic beliefs, is always no without equivocation. Kyrie clearly has a lot of work to do." A day earlier, Irving and the Nets had announced, in conjunction with the ADL, that each would be donating $500,000 to anti-hate causes. After the Nets announced Irving's suspension, Greenblatt tweeted, "We were optimistic, but after watching the debacle of a press conference, it's clear that Kyrie feels no accountability for his actions." Silver also called for accountability from Irving earlier Thursday. "While we appreciate the fact that he agreed to work with the Brooklyn Nets and the Anti-Defamation League to combat anti-Semitism and other forms of discrimination, I am disappointed that he has not offered an unqualified apology and more specifically denounced the vile and harmful content contained in the film he chose to publicize," the commissioner said in a statement released minutes before Irving spoke. Silver said in the statement that he would be meeting with Irving in person within the next week. It's the second straight season that the Nets have sent Irving away from the team. Last year, it was when he refused to be vaccinated against COVID-19, making him ineligible to play home games. They eventually brought him back to play road games in December. He was able to return in full in March when New York City's vaccine mandate for athletes and performers was lifted. Irving posted the since-deleted link late last week, then defiantly defended his right to do so after the Nets' home loss to the Indiana Pacers on Saturday. The team had him not speak to reporters after their 2 games this week, hoping to avoid further upsetting fans, but the time away didn't change Irving's stance. He quickly grew defensive Thursday, asking reporters why they weren't asking questions about the history of black people in America, saying 300 million of his ancestors are buried in the country. "Where were you guys asking those same questions when I was a kid learning about the traumatic events of my familial history and what I am proud to come from and proud to stand here?" Irving said, "And why when I repeat myself that I am not going to stand down, it has nothing to do with dismissing any other race or group people. I am just proud of my heritage and what we've been through and the fact that this has pinned me against the Jewish community, and I am here answering questions of whether or not I am sorry or not about something I didn't create and was something I shared, and I am telling everybody I am taking responsibility. Then that's where I sit. Irving was also asked specifically about his beliefs regarding the Holocaust. Those falsehoods are unfortunate, Irving said, referring to content in the film. And it's not that I don't believe in the Holocaust. It's not come out of my mouth. I never liked anything like. So the Holocaust in itself is an event that means something to a large group of people that suffered something that could have been avoided. The Nets said Irving's suspension would last until he satisfies a series of objective remedial measures that address the harmful impact of his conduct. Irving will miss at least 3 road games at Washington, Charlotte and Dallas, a home game against New York and another road game at the Clippers. The Nets are currently 2-6, costing coach Steve Nash his job Tuesday. The team refused to give Irving a contract extension this summer after he was unavailable for so much of last season. Irving opted into the final season of his contract, making it possible he is in the final season with the team. The Associated Press contributed to this report.